You were gone? I did, because you couldn't hear me. I'm John Muller of Card Trunk Entertainment and Unpub.net. Tonight we're going to be playing an unpublished game. Well, it's a soon-to-be published game by Crash Games called Paradise Fallen. Patrick Nickel of Crash Games will be following along in the text chat, so if you have any questions about the game or the publication of the game, you can talk to him about it. And if you have any questions about the game as we're playing it tonight, you can drop them in there too, and we've got someone here to tell us what's going on.
It's designed by Andrew Wright, by the way.
The name of the designer is Andrew Wright. Andrew Wright designed this game with art by
Jason Carr.
Jason Carr and graphic design by Daryl Lauder. Daryl Lauder, putting his hand in my face, is one of the players here tonight, as is his lovely wife, Leslie Lauder. You can tell Daryl is here, John is here, and Leslie is right there. I'm pointing to something that you're not going to see yet. In a minute, you'll see our names along the bottom. Paradise Fallen is a game set in a semi-post-apocalyptic Hawaii. I could read it to you. It's really cool. That the world is, well, paradise has fallen, basically. Let's put it that way. So we're going to start out the game by setting up the islands. Now, in reality, the islands are where they are. This is not Lost. But in the game, the islands will end up in several different geographical locations. So we've shuffled the island deck. That's what I've been doing while I've been talking. And now what we're going to do is we're going to deal them out in a grid. So if you want to switch cameras. Here is a grid of 9 islands that we will be moving around. Today we're using these little boat tokens as a prototype. There are other things that people are using. We just happen to have some boat tokens, and I know that the final production copy of the game is going to have slightly different Outrigger canoe tokens. Patrick's working on making them happen. They look really cool so far. Now, we're all going to start out in the center island, and what we're going to do on our turn is we're going to play cards that are going to help us move around the islands, and then we're going to play cards that will help us discover the islands. Now, I'm going to take just a couple cards off the top and see what we got. Boom. These are island cards. You're going to encounter these throughout the deck. And that's how you discover an island. If I were on, and I'm going to butcher the pronunciations. Patrick's done a wonderful thing. He's got a pronunciation key. I can't even pronounce pronunciation. He's going to put a pronunciation key for all the islands in the rulebook, which is going to be great and help people to keep from offending an entire culture. We are going to offend that entire culture tonight. Here I have Kaho'olawe, maybe. Again, my apologies. I haven't studied the pronunciation key.
What? I was asking if you want me to hold it up.
No. It's all, no.
I'm very excited about this game. I woke up thinking about it this morning.
All right, she's going to hold up the card a little bit. That's the island card for Kaho'olawe. And we happen to be on it. So if on my turn I have this card, the Kaho'olawe card, in my hand, and I am on Kaho'olawe, I can play that card and discover the island. I would take a Kenaloa token, which is the god that we're trying to please, and put it on there to denote I have got this. We'll talk about those tokens in a second, because that just happened to not be the best explanation I can give. Now let's say Kenaloa was somewhere else. I would have to use a ration card. Ration cards with a wonderful art. And move. Each island has, on its corner, both corners, it tells you how many rations it takes to enter that island. So if I were on Molokai and I wanted to move to Kauai, from here to here, in this particular instance, from here to here, I'd have to pay 2. You can't necessarily see it from there. I'd have to pay 2 rations. I have a 3 ration card in my hand. That would be awesome. Could get there, and you know what? Let's go back to my example, as I was explaining it badly, but I have that. I could move from Molokai to Kauai in Kauai with a 3 ration, because it's 2 to enter here, and then 1 to enter Kaho'olawe, and then I would discover the island. Basically what I'm telling you is this. You use ration cards to move, to enter islands, and once you have completed your journey and you stop, you can play the island card that you have landed on to discover the island. You can only play cards other than the ration cards, when you have stopped. There are other cards in the deck which are aberrations and aptitudes. You may only play them when you've stopped. Okay, that's very important. Because once I've stopped here, I've done what I wanted to, I've discovered the island. If I had more rations to play, I could move again. So I can make more than one journey during a turn. There's no limit to how many cards I could play on a turn, except for what I have in my hand.
There's no limit to actions or cards.
No limits to actions or cards. Aberrations, let me find one for you. I had one here. That was good. Well, I've got aptitudes. Oh, there's an aberration, and there's an aptitude because I'll leave one in a second. Aberrations will either play on, they have the little island symbol on them, or they don't. If they have the island symbol on them, they play on top of an island, and they have that effect. Like this one, the Whirlpool, would make it so that it costs 2 extra rations to move onto this island. But when you move from this island, it costs 2 less to move on to the island that is next to it. By the way, because I haven't said it yet, you can't move diagonally. So you can only move orthogonally. Alright, so this guy would let you move, so the Whirlpool would play there. Other aberrations will play between islands. And those would be ones that don't have the island symbol on them as part of their key. Aptitudes are other sets of cards. They have a little torch up at the front by the name. And those are basically action cards you play to gain the benefit of the card. You may play them at any time on your turn and use the action once during your turn for each one card that you played. So that's that. Basically, that's the best explanation I can give you right now, because we're going to play it and you're going to figure it out. It's a fairly...
We'll explain it as we play along, too.
It's a fairly easy to grasp game. We played it twice last night, had 2 really good games just to prep ourselves, and I still, of course, I can't do too well. Something we forgot to talk about. Now, something I just forgot to talk about. I talked about the Kanaloa token that you put on the island you discover. Once on each of your turns, you may use one of your islands by discarding the Kanaloa token and using the special ability of that island. You may do that only once during any turn. Once the token is gone off the island, you can't use that ability anymore. Now, game is won, because we haven't told you that yet. The game is won, there was a bug there, sorry. The game is won by discovering a certain amount of islands, and that changes for the number of players. In a 2-player game, it's 8. You have to discover 8 islands. In a 4-player game, it was 6. So I'm assuming in a 3-player game, it's 7. I didn't remember to check that skill out. 3-player game, 7 islands. I got it right. Followed easy
7 or
path.
more.
7 or more. 7 or more. You may discover. So the end game condition, the end game starts when one person discovers 7 or more islands. And then everybody else gets one more round to try to catch up, which I was the only one in the game unable to do last night. And tiebreaker is the number of Kanaloa tokens you have left. So if you don't need to use a token, don't. There were 2 phases to every turn. It's the card playing, and then at the end you even up. You may discard and draw, but you draw back up to 5 cards. We're gonna go ahead and get started now. We'll talk as we go. Daryl is yellow, John is green, and Leslie is blue. And we're gonna use this little guy here to denote whose turn it is during the game.
I should stress this does not come with the game. It is simply just for you to see whose turn it is. It's just a visual thing for the live play. This is a prototype very much.
So there's a lot of differences that you'll see here. The backs of the cards will be slightly different. Again, the little wood tokens will be different. Some of these have a white edge around them. That's just this, that, the other thing. So here we go. Daryl, I'm going to go ahead and let you start.
Okay. All right. Should have looked at the board first, but I didn't. Oh well. My fault.
Everybody starts in the center. To give
Okay.
everybody the same chance.
So, I am going to play...
We did forget to say that you can play as many cards as you possibly can in one turn.
Yeah, we did say that, but yes,
Oh, we did.
it's
I'm
true.
sorry, I missed it.
a 3 rations card,
He's playing a 3 ration card.
and I'm going to discard an island card to use its 1 ration ability.
I did not talk about that.
You can see right there it says 1 ration.
Top
So
corner.
you can either use it to discover or use it for the 1 ration. So that's 4 ration total. So I'm going to go 1, 3, it's 4.
So moved in Nihoa, which has a ration of 1, and Hawaii with a ration of 3.
And then I'm going to discover Hawaii. Can you discard this for me?
Daryl has discovered Hawaii.
And
So he gets a Kenaloa token on his island, which he may or may not use that one.
yeah. Just because I can. I'll put a coral reef here. This is an aberration, so if they go to this island, they have to pay 2 additional ration. And just for symmetry, I'm going to play another one right there.
Oh man.
Wow. The beautiful waters around Kaho'olawe.
And then I draw my 5 cards back up.
Oh, did you use all 5?
Yeah, I used all 5.
Oh, I'm sorry. I only gave you 4.
Oh,
No,
thank you.
my fault.
And I'm all done.
All right, so what I'm going to do is... It doesn't serve me not to do it. So I'm going to use a 3 ration card, move my green boat over the coral reef into Nihoa, or Nihoa, and I will discover Nihoa. And I'm actually going to be silly, and that's where I'm going to end my turn at this point. I am going to discard... I'm going to discard 2 cards and draw 4. Awesome. It is Leslie's turn now, so she gets the red guy.
And because of the luck of the draw, it's okay to play here.
Nice, yeah.
So it just so happens that I have a Kaho'olawe card. As John did in his example, however, mine's real and John's was fake.
Mine was fake.
Yes, so I'm going to go ahead and play my Kaho'olawe card and put my coin on it. And then I'm going to play 3 rations.
It's not a coin, it's a Kenaloa
I'm
token.
sorry, it's a Kanaloa token. I'm going to put my currency on there. And then I'm going to go ahead and move to Maui. And I'm going to play Maui.
Scoot up closer to your names.
Oops, sorry.
There you go.
And Maui and Hawaii, in my opinion, have the best abilities if you're able to use them sooner than later. So Maui lets me draw 2 cards if I use its ability. And I'm only able to do that once. And I'm only able to discover, an island once. So I'm going to go ahead and use that. And I'm going to draw 2 cards because I'm kind of hoping maybe I can head to another place. Well, look at that luck of the draw. I'm just able to move right over here to
You gotta pay 2 ration.
Molokai. I do, but I only have a 3 ration cards, but that's okay. I'm not allowed to make change, and I get that. So, this is,
Wow.
Very good starting turn
it's a
for
very
Leslie.
good starting turn for me. It doesn't normally happen, that way.
For the record, I'm an idiot because I didn't remember exactly what my island did. I could have used this during my turn, at the end of my turn, to have discarded 2 and drawn 2 extra cards. So I could have drawn 2 cards before the end of my turn and continued going. We are still looking at the...
Yeah. This does a really nice job, and I really found this helpful last night, the island power explanations right within the rules. So that way it's kind of a quick symbol for you to grab and look, when it's not your turn. So I'm going to go ahead and draw back up to 3, 2, 3. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and let Daryl take his next turn.
I'm gonna take my next turn.
Sounds great.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
I am going to discard for the 1 ration ability to go down to Nihoa. I'm gonna discover Nihoa. Hey there, Nihoa. What's up? What's up with you?
Surf's up, dude? No, I don't know. That's...
Then I am going to use Hawaii's ability. So I'm going to draw 1 card now. And then I will get to draw 1 again at the end of the turn.
Which that means he gets to even up to 6 at the end of
Perfect.
this particular turn for him.
So use 3 rations to travel through the coral reef onto Kaaloa. And I'll explore Kaaloa. Oh no, he did it now! Soke! And that's gonna be it. So I will draw 3 cards, or actually 4 because of Hawaii, and end my turn. Thank you.
I'm going to start my turn by playing a...
Oh, that's John's mark.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
because...
Oh yeah, I did a great job with that.
Yeah, John's going to start his turn by playing a barter. Barter is an aptitude, which allows me to either discard 1 card to draw 2 or discard 2 cards to draw 3. I'm going to take this option to discard 2 cards and draw 3.
Hey guys, what card allows you the ability for 1 turn to have 6 cards in your hand?
That would
Hawaii.
be Hawaii's ability, where I can draw an additional card at the end of my turn. So it allows me to even back to 6 as opposed to 5. Just for the 1 turn, though.
Okay, thank you. We had a
Additional
question
card at the
on
beginning
chat.
and end of your turn, correct?
I'm sorry?
The beginning and the end of your turn. When you decide to use that.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay.
I draw a card and then I draw another one after I draw back.
I am
to
going to
5.
use my Kanaloa token from Nihao and discard 3 cards to draw 3 more. In hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. And I will play a total of 6 rations. 1 to move to Hawaii for 3, and then Maui for 3, and then discover Maui.
Nice. I love Maui.
And then I
You've
will
never been.
draw 3 cards
I like it in this game.
and let Leslie take over. By passing the red doodly bump to Leslie.
Such a good example.
I'm trying.
I'm playing an aptitude card. It's the same card that John played,
The barter.
the barter. So I'm going to go ahead and play that, and then I'm going to discard 2 cards to draw 3 cards.
Sorry.
And let me see here. I'm going to go ahead and put an aberration card on Molokai, and this means that because the arrow is entering onto the island, that to get onto that island, they're going to have to pay 4.
Well, 2 more.
Two,
rations, yeah.
4 total, because it's 2 to enter the island and 2 because of
Yep.
the aberration.
Now, what's really wonderful is, and you may place more than 1 aberration on an island. So somebody else could come through and put a green mist on there, or forgive me because I'm not sure which one does what, which could make it so it's another 2 to get there. So it actually costs 6 to enter the island.
Yep.
You may put as many on. There is no upward limit, so you can get really devious. And sometimes that's not a bad thing if you're looking at the island and saying, wait a second, nobody's got that island yet. Nobody else has discovered that one. You can just pile them on there and get devious if you want to, and play that strategy to keep people from getting that. So you don't have to think that far ahead. You don't have to do the card counting or the head game as far as that goes if you don't want to, but it's there if you want to exploit that.
Yep.
I have several friends that did last night. Oh, would given the chance.
I
saying,
have
Jeff?
2 rations, so I'm going to move into Kauai. And then because I already have Molokai, I'm going to go ahead and use my ability and use that as a ration to move into Nihao and Nihao. And I'm going to go ahead and play that island and discover it.
You're going to discover that island.
Yep. So now I have 4 with 3 tokens. I think it's important to say that you don't want to be hasty in spending your tokens, because at the end of one game last night,
There was a
it
time.
was, it was
No,
a tie,
don't
and
be
these
hasty.
these tokens are important, because in a tie, the more tokens you have, the more of a chance you have in beating the person with which you're tied. And,
That's
I
the
mean,
Chris-
that can happen easy.
That's the Chris Kirkman style of play. Don't
Yes.
be hasty.
Don't be hasty. All right, and I'm
I
going
thought it
to
was don't
pass
take alone.
the red button.
She had it for a long time. I'm just.
I did. Well, I was listening to your conversation. I got slightly distracted.
Yeah, put that one's off camera.
We are going to, again, please forgive us to the viewers at home who are from Hawaii or know the culture. We are definitely butchering the
Yes,
names.
feel free to chastise us.
And we will
We'll practice. It's
We'll
a
get-
beautiful language.
we'll get better for the next time we live play.
I'm
Paradise
going
Falls.
to, first of all, use Nihoa. Discard 2 cards to draw 2 cards.
Discarding 2 to draw 2.
Thank you. Perfect. Alright, I'm going to play 3 rations, and I'm going to play Maneuver,
He named
which allows me to move diagonally this turn. So, for 3 rations, I'm going to do 1. Oh, wait, no, hold up. Sorry. 1 ration moving diagonal. that will matter. I will discover Nihao. Then I'll play 3 rations to move up to
Kawaii.
Kauai. And then I will discover Kauai.
Somebody stop the man.
Somebody stop me! And then, because John mentioned it, I'm going to play Green Mist on Maui.
That's just mean.
No, it's not for him. Because it makes it 2 less for him to move off of it. I don't know why I did
Gotcha.
it.
I'm okay with that. 2 less to move off of it. That's
And
you
can I
were-
draw 5 cards?
you were taking pity on the guy who's got only 2 islands. 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
So, what I'm going to do on my turn is I'm going to play a 2 ration card. And since that is free, use the other 2 to move to Lanai
Now tell us why that's free.
because he played the Green Mist on my.
Oh, I see why that's free for inquiring minds.
I'm saying he played the
Yeah.
Green Mist, which makes it the islands that I enter from it 2 less. So 2 less from 1 would be 0 because you don't go into negatives. There's no way for it to
Right.
give you rations back. So since it's 2 less, this became free, but that cost me 2 to get there. So I got there, and I will discover Lanai. Or Lane.
Lanai, you're right.
No, what it's kind of all right. Fine. And then because I have to, in order to stay in anyway, I'm going to draw 2 cards by using Maui. Awesome.
Maui!
And it's less. Wait, I can discard. Yeah. Discarding 3 to draw 3. Go ahead.
Maui, wowie.
Right, I'm gonna go ahead and play a raiding tribe, which is probably my. Oh no, wait, I'm blue. I don't want to block myself. What am I doing?
Oh no, go ahead. Block yourself. Block
No,
yourself.
play Raiding Tribe. Do it.
Actually, I am gonna play raiding tribe right there, and then I'm also going to put.
Raiding Tribe is when you cross it, you have to discard a card.
Tribe here.
Random, which means that an opponent would choose for you.
And then I have an elude card, which is great. It lets me basically skip over an aberration that might be in the way. So obviously I'm just going to go ahead and play the 2 rations that I have, which are islands, to skip right over here. And then I'm going to draw 5 new cards. Wait a minute. There you go.
Thank you so much. I feel so special. Alright, where do I need to go? Of course that's where I need to go.
Exactly where she's blocked you in with the raiding tribe and the coral reef and the whirlpool. Was that a whirlpool?
No,
That's the Rouge tribe.
just a group of just
Sorry, Patrick. I apologize. In the process of a game, when a game is developed and the art is done and things are put together, sometimes people make mistakes. I always love to tell the story. Killer Bunnies, Playroom Entertainment, Killer Bunnies, Jeffrey Neal Bellinger. It has a wonderful card in the game called a Guardian Angle because somebody made a mistake somewhere along the way in the process, and instead of Guardian Angel, it became Guardian Angle. So somewhere along the way, a mistake was made, and the Rogue tribe became the Rouge tribe. Just a historical note.
I think they'll believe you. They don't need physical proof.
I'm just saying. It's
Just a
It's-
bunch of red painted faced
red painted face people.
Um,
I think it's funny and worth noting. Daryl can play his game now.
Thank you. I'm going to move an aberration. So I'm going to move the raiding tribe to, let's say, here.
Don't do it. Please, Hammer, don't hurt him.
You chose? I'm not going to tell you.
Okay.
It's got to be pretty poorly. You've already
Either
got
chose
that one. You've
poorly
already
or
got that
wisely.
one.
It doesn't matter. The 2 good ones are at the bottom.
All right. Then I'm going to play 3 rations. Which is 1, 2, 3.
Hey,
then I'm
party
gonna
on
use-
Lanai.
I'm going to use Nahau and return ration cards that I've played this turn back to my hand. And I'm going to play the 3 ration card again. And I'm going to move to
Oahu.
Oahu. And I'm gonna discover Oahu. There we go.
He has discovered Oahu. He's an island discovering fool.
I'm an island discovering fool.
You would be able to tell he's an island discovering fool from his wardrobe tonight. He's wearing a coconut bra and a grass skirt. But we can't show you that on television.
And can I draw 4 cards? And I will end my turn with that.
1, 2, 3, 4 cards. To the man from Boise.
And Uno, as it were.
Alright, so John is going to start his turn by playing a 2 ration card and a 2 ration card. And I don't think it's going to get me where I want to go. No. Hang on. Do over, do over. Alright, cool. So we'll do it that way. 2 ration, and Hawaii as 1 ration. Which is going to take me, here and here for a total of 5, because that's how many rations I played. And I will get Kauai. And then I will draw 4.
Now we're playing up to 6, right?
7.
7's a 3-player game.
7 in a 3-player game, 6 in a 4-player. So it is Leslie's turn.
Thank you for my red button.
I'll
And
push
because
it.
I am on Lanai and I just so happen to have that card, I'm going to go ahead and play that. And then I'm actually going to use its ability, which lets me draw cards equal to the number of players and then kind of dole out what everybody gets.
Yep. But you got to give 1 card to each player then. Yeah.
Right?
Dole
But I get
out
to choose.
what everybody
Uh-oh.
gets.
You couldn't have shuffled, John?
I'm sorry, I
Your
was.
turn was over and you took all but 1 card. See, no comments. John's hanging his head in shame for not helping us in shuffling.
That's why there's the additional glare on the cards.
No, because Daryl just made a bald man joke on me.
At John's expense. Okay.
Do I have to pay my currency for that?
Ration.
All right.
Sorry.
What do I want to give you guys?
Something good.
You may give
Give
Daryl
me
something awful.
good.
You got that in my head the other night. Don't do it again. Do not do that again.
Tell me that you like it.
It's,
Yeah.
it's really funny when I start singing that song. It ends up being a Modell's commercial. And I don't understand.
Gotta go to move.
Those of you on the West Coast, I don't know. I don't even know if you guys have them over there. I think
All right,
Modell's
I'm
is
going to
the
go
thing.
ahead and play 1 to move here, but because it's raiding tribe, then I'm going to have to let John, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Random.
Show the camera,
Put-
and the audience will tell me what to pick.
I don't think I want to do that.
It's interactive. Let's make it interactive. All right, fine. She lost an island.
Ha! One she hadn't discovered yet.
Fist bump?
Which, you know, is fine. Let me see here. What else can I do?
Patrick, you may lose your graphic designer after tonight. I might have to shank him.
And that one would have been nice because it was adjacent and I have that ability, so I almost was able to tie Daryl if I had used the ability of one of my islands. So what's Kahulawe do? Swap all aberrations.
I don't know why that was funny.
Oh,
My mind
no, I
is
don't
in
want
a
to do
gut.
that.
What else is new?
Did I use knee house?
Did you use
No.
the...
But does that count as a ration card if I use knee house?
What do you mean? If it's...
What?
No, because that was discarded.
Yeah, you discarded it.
Right, but if I use this ability, it
No,
lets me get it
that,
back.
No.
that would
That's
not
not
be
a ration
That
card.
would not
It's
be a
not
ration card.
Yeah,
That would,
okay.
that would have been a discarded card.
Okay, cool beans.
And that's only for ration cards, not islands. Used as rations.
There you go.
Thank you for the big red button.
Oh, it doesn't work for islands used as rations.
I
It is-
do not believe so.
Patrick? Because that would change my turn.
Well, not that, because you discarded it.
Yeah, not that one. This one...
No, but I didn't. This one I actually used to move. So that's what I was saying. This one I discarded, but this one I used to move here. So would I be allowed to get that back?
With Nihao.
Yes. Patrick?
Patrick is not on the chat, so.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Or if he is his guest.
All right. We're gonna say no and keep moving.
Yeah.
So
That's a game changer, though. It is a game changer.
you're not gonna
It
win.
is. I used it as a ration card. You said I'm not going to win, but I will get an extra turn after you get a turn. So it would be a game changer.
Let me.
I did it last night.
Okay, then do it.
Okay. Well, I didn't draw those
This
cards.
better be a
then.
massive game changer.
So if I get to use this one and get it
Don't let
back,
me down. Massive. I want 2 islands discovered.
2 islands discovered. Well, it's not going to be 2.
Again, this is only our third time playing
No, wait,
playing
wait,
through the
maybe I
game. We
can't
do.
that anyway. Sorry, I'm being a pain. Never mind, I can't do it because of that stupid card right there.
She's not doing it. So it changed her game immensely.
Yeah, sorry.
Yep, look at that.
Dumb aberrations in my way.
Change the game by adding more time.
Shit. You already got your one fist bump per game though.
All right, let's see here. I am going to discard 4 cards. Just give me 3 back, because somehow I had 6. And I'm ending my turn.
Really?
I turtled. Turtle.
All right.
Get you on the button, the candy button.
Candy
I don't think they
button,
make red
Charlie.
candy buttons.
Not with my gumdrop buttons.
Okay, so now that we've all had our moments, I shall have a turn. Really? Okay, I will use Oahu to.
And just as a clarification, if you do use an island as a ration, you can take it back according to Crash Games. But Leslie would not be able to take back that island because she discarded it.
No. She
Right.
played 1 to move, and she
Okay.
discarded a card. So
Okay.
I think this was there from a previous turn. No, wait, because she gave me something. All right, cool.
I
So,
gave that to
yeah,
you.
Yeah, so Oahu is, I'm using that as a ration to move to Niihau. Niahu, and I am discovering that island. Now let's figure out what the next move is. Alright, so I'm going to avert, which is, I can change an aberration. So I'm going to change the location of that aberration to over here. And then I'm going to play a 3 ration to move 2 to Lanai and 1 to Kahoolawe.
Kahoolawe!
And I am going to discover Kahoolawe, or however, and tie the game, more or less.
You done?
Yes, I am done at the current time.
Pass the big red button.
Passing the ginormous red button. It's going to be a thing now, right, for Unpub? It's the blue noodle for the Unpub and live place. It's the big red button.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and play
The bottom
5.
of a wooden tomato.
Play 5 to move into Maui.
Wow. That's
Play my Maui card.
Maui.
And then I'm going to go ahead and use that to get 2 cards.
Maui, Maui.
Maui.
And when I move off here,
Yes.
what is Daryl going to do on his turn?
I don't know. Oh, actually, I do. You guys don't.
That's right, I'm not wondering yet. I'm not worrying about your turn, I'm worrying about my turn.
Okay.
Fred McKenzie knows what I'm doing.
I'm going to go ahead
Tell
and move from Maui to Hawaii because I get -2 as I leave. So it only costs me 1 to go to Hawaii, right?
Yes, yes, ma'am. I'm sorry, I just.
So I'm going to use an island as a ration.
Yep.
And it's Nihoa.
Aha.
Nahawa. So, and I'm going to play Hawaii.
Hawaii.
And I'm putting a card on it. But then I'm going to use my Nihao ability. Right? Yep. I'm going to return all rations to my hand. So I get that back. And I get this back. And I also get these back. So I basically get everything back.
Scoot your islands down because they can only see the first 5. Yeah. Sorry, just so they can see that you have all 7. You've
Yeah,
triggered
she
9.
has 7.
So John and I at this point have 1 additional turn to top her. To top that.
I'm going to go ahead and use my...
You gotta overachieve, don't you?
I'm going to overachieve because you have the ability to get 8 and try to time me. Because right now...
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm sure you don't. Clever girl.
Clever. Well, it's a clever boy. Aren't you a clever boy?
What's this one let me do? Swap aberrations on a location with all the aberrations on another island.
Yeah. So you exchange.
It's just islands though. I can't do it with like the middle ones,
You can exchange.
like the
them.
coral reefs.
Yes. You can exchange the coral reef with like the raiding tribes.
Yep, and that's what I think I'm gonna do. Cause I can't risk losing. So that's gonna allow me. I need 3 to move on to
Nihoa.
Nihoa, right? So I get that. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and use my Hawaii ability.
You can't. You already used.
Oh, you're right. I
Yep.
can only use 1 a turn. Darn it. Yes, I am trying to beat Daryl down here.
I'm not trying to beat anybody. I'm just trying
No.
to win. But that's probably not
Oh, I'm
going to
not on the island. Sorry.
Spirited game, this.
Okay, and I guess I'll be done.
About time. Can I have the big red button?
You can have the big red button. We'll see. Daryl does have the ability of, if he can time me, he can beat me because I've used more
Alright.
of my little token things.
I'm playing maneuver to
Which
be able
he's
to move
about ready to
diagonally.
do. I can tell when you're married to somebody for 8 years, you can tell what they're gonna do.
I'm going to elude, so, which allows me to ignore 1 aberration during this turn. I'm going to ignore the green mist. Then I'm going to play 4. So it's 1, 3. And I am going to discover Maui Wowie. Crap. You know what? I'm going to go for it. So I'm going to draw 2 cards. I'm going to
Worth
use
it.
Maui's ability. Yep. And that's all I can do.
Okay. So in my turn, I'm going to play. I'm going to do this. 6 rations, which allows me to move to Kauai, which I discover. And then I'm going to use Nihao to bring those rations back to my hand and play 6 rations and discover a lot.
Oh, wow.
And I believe
You
that's
won the
8,
game.
and I win the game by having 5 lower tokens.
The tiebreaker, because they both have 8 at the end of the game here. But whoever has the most tokens still left is the tiebreaker. Beyond that, then they share the victory together, and I weep in the corner in my sadness and sorrow.
I would like to give a shout out to Scott King, though, thinking about tiebreakers. And the other day when we're playing and it came down to the tiebreaker of the tiebreaker of the tiebreaker, and it still didn't matter because everything was even. We both had 49, and then we both had
What was
exactly
that?
2. Was it Ticket to Ride?
Wasn't it Puerto Rico?
Oh, yeah,
Oh, Puerto Rico, right.
Yeah.
Another island-themed game.
It was,
Yes.
yes. I'm a big civilization building girl, but
So I gotta
John beat me.
say I'm kind of shocked by that because I felt that I was behind the 8 ball for a good long time watching everybody else grow up. But there, I still in the end was able to pull it back and win the game. So I'm pretty happy about that. Pretty comfortable. So there's that, folks. This was Paradise Fallen. Again, it was a very spirited game. We both ended up with 8. Daryl ended up with 7, which was the actual win condition. I think hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you enjoyed watching us play and maybe not necessarily listening to us singing horrible songs and whatnot. So, again, this is coming out to you soon from Crash Games, Paradise Fallen, and
I'm gonna back it now. I haven't backed it yet.
all right, cool. Thank you very much, and have a great day. And we can stop recording now.